Hey everyone, thank you for being here with me today. I am RoboMonk and this is RoboMonk Art and Tarot. Today we are exploring Before It Happens, Spirit has one last message for you. So we have three different situations that we're going to explore. Obviously pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And look at those and see which one resonates with you. They are three very different situations, so I would like to say if one doesn't resonate, then feel free to choose a different one because that may resonate more. But we are going to see what Spirit has to offer you as far as that message before everything kicks off and you don't have time to actually react or to make a decision. So you can know a little bit ahead of time, or if you're in it right now, you can know what to do. All right? So thank you for being here with me today. Let's get to the reading. Hello, Pile 1. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are exploring what last message does Spirit have for you before whatever this is happens, okay? So each pile has a different circumstance. So if this isn't resonating with you, I invite you to go to one of the other piles and see if that resonates more. But we are going to get started here. As you can see, I have 7 cards in front of us, and they are in an arch, more like a 2 arching form. The first image that I see is of a person looking out over an environment. Basically, they're standing on a cliff. They are looking out. They are trying to see what's ahead. And they may be having difficulty with this. They may be afraid because it's a lot of unknowns. I also see that their hands are empty, so they may feel unprepared for what is coming next. But they are at the cliff and they know they need to move on deep down inside, but they are unsure if they can. Does this resonate with you? If so, let's move on. If not, I would suggest one of the other 2 piles because they are very different than this one. So we see this person overlooking their environment, seeing what's going on, having a hard time, maybe feeling afraid, a little unprepared. And it seems that circumstances have really pushed them to this point. So whether it be that they're out of time, okay, so you might be feeling like you don't have any more time and you have to make a decision to move forward, or you're being pushed to move forward. I see a clock at almost midnight. I also see a dragon with really sharp teeth and breathing fire at the back of this person. So there could be something a little uglier moving this person along, whether that be a bad relationship or some kind of bad circumstance, maybe a job that just hasn't gone the way they wanted it to. And this could be a toxic person as well that is really saying, okay, I want you to move along, right? My way or the highway. And you may be feeling like you probably should leave. But I'm also sensing that you may be a little torn. Not really in the fact that you want to remain where you're at, but more in the fear of the unknown. Going where you've never gone before is very scary. It can be very, very scary. Some of us are more adventurous and love that little thrill of diving into the unknown. But I would say most of us, as a survival technique, don't really like going into the unknown. We like to know what's going on. We like to know what's going to be out there. And with this kind of pressure to move on, whether it be from a toxic relationship, a bad job, time is up and you have to go, right? You have to go over that ledge and see what actually happens. But the next card I'm seeing, this person has gone over the ledge, but not very far. They are still clinging on to this little branch because they don't want to go down any further. They are so scared. They are so unsure of what's going to happen that they want to stay where they're at, because even though it may be hurting them, they still at least know that pain. They know how to deal with that pain. They know how to deal with that situation in the best way that they can. But still, the pressure has come to a point where you may not have a choice. You may have to keep going. I see an image of a fish hook. Like, it's really, the situation has really gotten you hooked to what was. So you probably got used to the feelings that you had, or the how to deal with the anxiety or something like that, even though deep down inside you knew it wasn't a really good situation, but you knew how to deal with it. So it really hooked you into saying, I don't want to go anywhere else because it may be worse. Well, I've got good news for you. Spirit has given me an image of this person that was hanging on to this little branch, and they thought it was a really far drop down to the bottom. But they finally let go. They couldn't hold on any longer. And what did they realize? They realized that it's actually not that far down. It was only a few feet down to where they needed to go, and a lot less scary. So Spirit is really pushing you this way. Spirit may have put this fire-breathing dragon situation in your path, so you had to move. And sometimes Spirit does that. I don't like it. I'm sure you don't. It's not a good feeling. But sometimes that's how Spirit works, right? So you finally let go of this branch. You've landed safely. It's less scary than you thought. You're actually able to move on from this situation that had you anxious and maybe in some pain. And then you find a cave. Now, a cave usually means working on something internal, something for shadow work, something that you don't really typically show the outside world. It's more internal work. Does that resonate? So once you have let go of this branch and you walk into this cave, you're now doing like a systems check of how you feel about what situation you're in, where you want to go, what's happening in your life. Does it all make sense? And you may start to be able to gain some control. When you were holding on to that branch, or you were looking over that valley, you had no control. There was something pushing you forward, no control whatsoever. But the good news is, in this fourth card, is there actually is some sense of control over your own life again. This could be the first time that you've actually experienced this, and it's huge. It's absolutely wonderful that you get control of your life. But with control means responsibility. You have to choose which way you want to go, how it's going to be, and that can be scary in and of itself too, especially if you aren't used to making decisions. It may feel like a maze. I see a labyrinth. But I also have good news here. Because this labyrinth, even though it has twists and turns, you're actually going to find a guide, a wonderful, blessed guide that looks very young, but actually has wisdom beyond their years. Have you ever met someone like that? Where they may be, younger than you are, but they have some really good, wise words to follow. So here we see a child with an old gray beard. And this child is going to lead you to where you need to go. I really feel like they have some information on your next step that you need to actually listen to. And this may be something that you never knew existed. The fifth card goes along these lines of a mystery that you never knew existed. It's a door, an ancient door, that seems to have been sealed a long time. And it's a secret that you are going to reveal to yourself through this guide that you have. Okay, so through this person you meet, they're going to give you information to actually unlock this door. It could be a way of living. It could be a new job. It could be other people that think like you, and you're actually going to be able to meet these people. But I see like this door is to Shangri-La, which is like a hidden paradise in a story. And I see many triangles with this pointing in different directions, almost like a compass of which way to go. So it's guiding you out of this labyrinth, and you're supposed to go towards this unknown. But it's a wonderful unknown. It's not a scary unknown, even though you've never been here before. It's something like you're destined to do it. You roll back the doorway, and what is inside? I think you are going to find a group through this guide, this childlike person with wise words. You're going to find a group of people that are going to help you immensely. You may not have known they existed, or if you had heard of them, they may just have passed you by and you didn't give them a second thought. But they're going to initiate you into their group. They're going to find that you are one of them. So they're going to baptize you in the cleansing fire. And with this, you will be one of them. You will be able to share in their secrets. You'll be able to feel like you belong. Because before, you were being pushed out of this other situation, right? And you were looking out over the landscape, and you were very much alone. But here, you will be encouraged. You will be positively reinforced. You will feel like you belong. And I'm getting the strong sense that this could be a way to find a new job, honestly. A way to find a place where you belong and are happy where you work. This could be a networking situation. This could be a a place where you share similar beliefs or hobbies, right? This could be a hobby that everyone does, and then you share about different ways of living, and you learn a different way of how to live than you previously had known. And it's a total revolution of the way of life. And Spirit loves to do this with us. It loves to put us into a situation that we feel uncomfortable, push us to the next area of our life, next chapter, and then we feel very comfortable, perhaps even more comfortable than we have felt ever. And I'm seeing an oil tower with oil coming up and shooting up, because you're going to feel like you are so rich in contacts, in knowledge, in potential. You are going to feel like you have struck oil. And these contacts are going to be very deep for you. They're going to be wonderful. So why has Spirit put you through all of this? I got the final message. It's to find your pride. And that has a double meaning. So pride in yourself, pride in your work, pride in your potential, pride in your life. It's always great to have these. But also, a group of lions is also called a pride. A group that is strong. A group that looks out for one another. A group that hunts together. A group that will not be easily separated. Why have you gone through all of this? This is to find your pride of lions. This is to find your soul family. This is to find the group that you belong to. Now, isn't that worth it? I think so. It's not an easy path, but it's one that will be worth it. So there you go. I feel like this is about to happen, and if this resonates, let me know. Some of this may resonate, all of it may resonate. This is a general reading. So that said, just let me know how you feel in the comments. I always love to know. You're always so good about that. And thank you for being here with me today. I truly appreciate your presence. I truly appreciate spending time with you. Take care, Pile One, and I'll see you next time. Be blessed. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you for being here with me today. We're looking into Spirit's last message to you before everything starts to happen. So whatever that is, we're going to find out together today. We have 7 cards in front of us with 2 arches, and we are going to see what this all means. As we start out, I see a car driving very quickly. This car is driving quickly and maybe a little bit recklessly. I see it going around a turn that maybe should be taken a little slower. And with this, the windshield wipers are going. It's raining. It's not really good weather to be driving so quickly. This means that maybe you are making some decisions that require a different approach. So this is something that where you are going quite quickly in life right now in a certain situation. We'll explore a little bit more into that. Another clarifier image is one of a heart with wings going very quickly. This might be a relationship that is going very, very quickly. Okay? If this resonates, stick with me. Let's keep going because Spirit has a message for you. If not, I invite you to go to the other 2 piles because they are very different circumstances. Okay? Thank you. So next we see a foot putting on the brake. Spirit may be giving you a sign that this relationship is going quite quickly, almost too quickly, to the fact where if you don't slow down at this point, you may have some regrets in the future. And it's something to just think about. So putting the foot on the brake to slow down what's happening and gain some control back. I see a clarifier image here of a person leading another person. So this person is reaching out to the person that is following them, and they are leading them quite quickly. They are definitely in control. I feel like the person that is you is the one that is trying to hold on to their hand. I'm feeling this exhilaration, this rush of passion, this excitement, right? But also maybe a little bit of fear. Maybe thinking, if I don't keep up with them, I'm going to lose them. And this person may be thinking of wanting the control in this relationship. And this is maybe how they are getting it. To keep you on your toes, keep you guessing, keep you wondering where they're going, and you thinking that you have to keep up or else they're going to be gone. The third card image I see is one of a person waving to you far away. And you seem to be out of breath, really just trying to keep up. So this person that is this love interest may be pulling you along constantly, and it may be very exhausting. It could be that you are feeling excited, but also maybe less appreciated than you want. And they have 10,000 more plans that they haven't told you about, and you're supposed to just keep up. This could be very, very exhausting, and Spirit has some words for you on this. So this was new to me. This image is of a frogfish. A frogfish, I didn't know what it was, so I had to look it up. It is a fish that waits for its prey to come along to it. Okay? So embodying patience, embodying camouflage, embodying a way to say, I'm going to be in control and not necessarily you all the time, right? So this person that is leading you along from point to point to point, and you may be very exhausted with this, Spirit is giving us an image of this frogfish to say, this is a great way to counteract that. This is a great way to make this stop happening so you can catch your breath, you can look at the situation, you can feel good about the relationship, and move on that way. So really taking control of your own actions and seeing how that makes you feel and seeing how the other person reacts to that, right? So this is a frogfish. If you look it up, they are interesting looking, I'll tell you that. But we are embodying the personality, not the looks, okay? All right. Another image I see as a clarifier to card 4 is a calendar. This is a great way to take control of the situation again, to not be so available. Don't be too available to this person. If you are feeling exhausted or run down, just give them one time that you are available to hang out and see if they can comply. See if they agree that that's okay. They can do that. And this will make them think, okay, well, maybe I have to bend a little. Maybe I have to work more as a team in this relationship rather than me dictating everything that's happening. And that could be good for them. You could teach them that lesson as well. Because it's never fun to feel like the other person is in control all the time. Sometimes you want to have input. Sometimes you want to just really know what's going on. And you deserve that. Card 5 is weighing the relationship. Once you're able to see how they react, if they react in a positive way, that's great news. Maybe they didn't know any better. Maybe they just didn't realize that they were honestly pulling you along too quickly. If they react negatively, then at least you know that's how they want the relationship to go. And if that's not what you want, then you can reevaluate. There may be some red flags popping up since you've slowed down the relationship a little, and it's not just like card 1 where you're zooming across this rain-slicked road, almost careening off the edge. You may be able to identify some red flags to address with this person. That's card 6. Card 7 is a really beautiful image of a graduate from college or university. They, and this is you are teaching this person how you want to be treated. So the fact that in card 3 you felt exhausted, you felt like you were never in the know, you didn't know what was going to happen, and you didn't like it, then you can teach them how you want to be loved and what does make you happy, what does make you fulfilled. You have every right to that, to feel fulfilled, loved, and happy in a relationship. And this gives them 2 options, okay? This gives them 2 options. Once you have taught them how you like to be loved, they can opt to stay with you or leave, but at least you know that you have done all you can to make, 1, this relationship work, but 2, to give them the best decision that they can make. You've given them all the information, and you've held on to your strength, you've held on to your dignity, and you've held on to your self-love, because you need all 3 of those to enter in a really good relationship. All right. I hope this resonated for you, Pile 2. And just know that this is a general reading. So some may resonate, some may not. I do understand that. And if none of it resonates, then I invite you to go to a different pile, and because they are all different situations, and see if that resonates a little bit better for you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And I just want to say, be blessed, take care, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Thank you for being here with me today. We are seeing the last message that Spirit has for you before all of this starts off, right? So we have something going on in your life that's about to begin or has begun very recently, and Spirit has a message for you. So we are going to see what it is together. So Pile 3, I got something right away, and it was all action, and it kind of threw me off guard here, but if this resonates with you, then let's continue, and if this does not, I invite you to go to the other 2 piles, because they are very different situations in all 3 piles. So the first image I got was of a forest fire. I mean, total and complete burning down of a forest, which means I feel like Spirit is saying that you are setting the forest fire. It's something that is happening that you want to do. And this could be just a total cleansing of things that aren't working for you, which can be healthy, right? You get rid of the things that aren't working for you, and you feel much better. Okay, so, but Spirit has some things to say about this burning forest that we're going to go into in a little bit more detail. So if this is resonating, stick with me and we'll get there. So I see the numbers 4 and 1, 41, right? And with those numbers, those tell me one thing. There was stability. Now it is gone. And the 1 is a new beginning. Whether that be a romance, whether that be a job that fell through, I feel like you had stability, whether that be your health as well, okay? You had stability, and now, since that has fallen through, you are actually burning through things that you feel don't work for you anymore, and you want to start fresh. And 5 is all about change. Okay? 5 is all about change. So 4 plus 1 is all about change. I get this image of a rabbit running. You could be setting this blaze and just booking it, right? Just getting out of this scenario as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. And this rabbit is ready to run. That's how I see it. It's very alert, and it is ready to book it. Card 2, I see a running shoe. Again, running. Moving on very quickly. This could deal with exercise. This could deal with just getting away from the situation very quickly. I also see that this might be dealing with, like I said in card 1, some health issues as well. So maybe getting more into a routine for exercise. Okay, so I do see a medical cross there. Card 1 might be burning away old habits that didn't work for you anymore. I do see a stethoscope from a doctor. That's the tool that they use to listen to your heartbeat. But Spirit has a message for all of this. It's a person walking on crutches, which this says to me that you may want to slow down before you are burning, 1, everything, and 2, running away, because you could hurt yourself in the process. It could mean that you may have to slow down a little bit of this transition and work through it. Because this person on crutches, with all of the surrounding symbols, to me, took it too quickly. They just started running, they just started going as hard as they could, and they got hurt. So with this situation of this forest fire burning things that don't serve you anymore, Spirit doesn't want to see you get hurt. And maybe burning all of the forest isn't the right answer. Maybe you want to save some things instead. I'm also getting a clarifier card for card 2. It is in a defensive state. This person is definitely fending off different people. So you may be in a defensive state as well, trying to fend off either a health issue or a situation that you just wanted to get out of, and you may feel like everyone is actually after you. Spirit has a beautiful message of a chess piece, the knight in particular. Spirit is urging you to take a more strategic approach rather than totally burn the forest. Look at what is actually working for you and what is not. So before you run, make a list of what's working for you right now and what is not, because there are some things in your life, Spirit is reminding you, that actually are working. And it may be beneficial to keep some of those things in your life, okay? And change those that aren't working for you. So definitely making that list would be very helpful in identifying that. And also, if it's a medical problem, identify how you feel at certain times. What makes you feel this way, how you're feeling, that kind of thing, so you can tell your doctor. Again, I am not a doctor. I don't give medical advice, but this is just Spirit giving good common sense, right? Card 5, I see one of those games, usually in arcades, where you select a little stuffed animal from a claw machine. And again, I think it's Spirit reminding us to be selective in what we get rid of and what we keep. Maybe not burn down the entire forest, because there are some things that are actually working for you, and you don't want to lose the things that are working for you. So slowing down the process so you don't get hurt, but continuing to change, right? You're moving in the right direction. It's just about the speed of which you are moving and what you're leaving behind that may need to change. Card 5, I see two people disagreeing. So this could be two doctors disagreeing about the diagnosis of your medical condition. This could be friends disagreeing about which way to go in this situation. And it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be reassuring that people are disagreeing about what situation you're in. And Spirit is urging you to get a second opinion, right? To make sure that it's actually one that will help you in either your medical recovery or in your situation. Make sure that it's actually going to help you. And card 7 is really beautiful because it's a sword, which is, as we know, a truth coming down from Spirit and giving you the guidance that you need to move forward. So even though people are disagreeing around you, even though people are very defensive or maybe attacking you in certain situations, Spirit is going to come through for you and actually give you the clarity that you need so you know which way to move forward. You may actually need to meditate on this to listen to Spirit. You may actually need to think about the different situations that you're in. Like, if you are in a medical situation, make sure that the medicine being prescribed to you is actually going to be beneficial to you, right? Make sure that all the side effects have been talked about. Make sure that all of the different problems that may occur with that medicine have been talked about with your doctor. Just make sure that you're very thorough with that. And if it's in a different situation, a non-medical situation, then just make sure that you've talked with your friends about all the different choices that you have, and let them know that you're okay with making this decision because you feel good about it. and you're ready to move on. And they should respect that. All right, pile 3. That's what I got. That's what Spirit has told us. So before everything kicks off, before you burn that forest, maybe hold off a little bit. Maybe make that list. That's the message from Spirit. All right. As you know, this is a general reading, so some may resonate, others may not. That's very normal. But let me know. Let me know what resonates and what doesn't in this reading. I always love to know. So thank you so much for being here with me, pile 3. Be blessed. Take care until next time.